a Singapore money laundering probe involving more than $740 million is shining a light on fund flows from abroad and raising questions about loopholes that enable alleged crime syndicate to accumulate luxury property, Bentley cars, and cryptocurrency. The investigation erupted into public view in mid-August after police arrested 10 foreigners, most originating from China, and accused them of laundering criminal proceeds. It's prompted questions about whether the banking giants that drive the economy have done enough to block dubious transactions. Singapore's success at positioning itself as a safe place to park family fortunes has spurred an influx of the well-to-do from across Asia, compounded by a surge in affluent Chinese fleeing crackdowns and pandemic restrictions. The sheer scale of inflows has boosted prices for real estate, cars, and private schools. It's also lured some bad actors. According to the police, the risks of money laundering have been evident for a long time, said Anton Moiseyenko, a law lecturer in Canberra at the Australian National University, who studies transnational and economic crime. Now is really a time of reckoning or a wake-up call where we see a spectacular example of those risks materializing. The police last month disclosed that they seized or froze the assets held by the foreigners and accused them of seeking to launder gains from organized crime in other countries. In China, police notices show at least 5 are wanted for a range of offenses, including illegal online gambling and scams. Among the defendants, Su Wenchan denies any allegation that he conducted remote gambling in Singapore. His counsel, Wen Baosing, hasn't yet entered a plea. His counsel, Adrian We of Lighthouse Law, said on Monday, declining to comment further. Megan Shia, a partner at Tom Raja, Shia representing Wang Dahai, declined to comment. Lawyers for the other 7 accused can respond to email requests for comment. The cases involved some of the biggest local and global financial institutions. In charge sheets seen by Bloomberg News, some of the individuals held funds in the United Overseas Terminal Bank Limited and the local units of Citigroup Incorporated. They also allegedly tried to cheat Overseas Chinese Banking Corp and Standard Chartered Pluck using fake documents. DBS Group Holdings Limited was a creditor to an investment firm linked to one of the accused, while Deutsche Bank AG was also a creditor to parties related. While all financial centers face the same risks of money laundering and few are immune, the arrests are the latest in a stream of financial scandals in recent years in a country that boasts strict law enforcement. Those include breaches of money laundering rules connected to Malaysia's state fund, One Malaysia Development Market, fraud at the German firm Wirecard again, and alleged cheating by the founder of commodities trader Hin Leong Trading Pte. And then lawmakers passed a bill that will allow banks to share information on those they consider to be risky clients. New rules in June mandated due diligence checks by property developers on potential buyers and reports on any suspicious transactions. Singapore is tentatively due to have its anti-money laundering practices evaluated in 2025 by the Financial Action Task Force, part of a recurring practice. The country currently holds the presidency for the Global Financial Crime Watchdog. The government has touted the arrest as evidence that there's zero tolerance for money laundering. It's not easy to think of another senator that has taken such action. Minister for Foreign Affairs and Law Kay Shanmugam said at a symposium on August 28. Singapore picks Chia to succeed men in its central bank hand. According to Moiseyenko, there's another way of looking at it. If that amount of money flooded into the property sector, potentially from proceeds of crime overseas, then clearly there was a lapse in how that system operated, because authorities had a long time to realize something was wrong. And reports of suspicious transactions by unidentified firms helped to detect illicit activities, The Monetary Authority of Singapore said on August 16th, supervisory engagements with institutions to assess whether they have taken all reasonable steps to mitigate risks are ongoing, and the authority will take action where controls have fallen short. An MAS spokesperson said on Monday. DBS pledged on August 30 to make Singapore a place where criminals cannot find harbor, and the city said it had been working with authorities to strengthen and protect the integrity of the financial system. UOB continually enhances capabilities and controls to fight money laundering, it said on Monday. Money launderers have sophisticated networks to facilitate illegal financial flows, and OCBC devotes significant resources to continuously strengthen its controls and will work closely with regulators and peers, it said on Monday. Deutsche Bank has said it is cooperating with authorities. Standard Chartered didn't respond to a request for comment. The network's alleged illegality went unstopped for a long period, even as they splashed vast amounts of money on extravagant lifestyles and centered around multi-million-dollar homes, ultra-luxury cars, and prize and golf club memberships. It raises questions as to whether this could have been detected earlier, said Victoria Ting, an associate director at Cedia Law LLC and former deputy public prosecutor in Singapore for financial and technology crimes. Authorities froze 105 properties worth an estimated $831 million in some of the most prestigious locations. Seized assets include Bentley and Rolls-Royce cars, Age Macallan whiskey collections, Hermes handbags, and Patek Philippe watches. One syndicate member paid $500,000 for a Mercedes-Benz AMG, allegedly using gains from an unlawful remote gambling business based in the Philippines for people in China, according to the police. Another is charged with paying stolen $23 million in 2019 for a condominium unit overlooking the luxurious Orchard Road shopping belt and using similar illicit gains. At least 7 of the frozen landed properties are on Sentosa, an island south of Singapore's mainland spanning about 500 hectares. The island's tourist attractions include award-winning golf club, a casino, and an international marina with yachts from as far away as the Caribbean. Within this sanctuary is a smaller retreat that exemplifies the appeal of the financial hub, Pearl Island, where 2 of the arrested, Zhang Ruijin and Lin Baiying, stayed. Zhang acquired a detached house on the outcrop, spanning 880 square meters, 9,472 square feet, more than 2 years ago, according to government records. The price was undisclosed. Another accused, Su Haijing, bought 2 adjacent bungalows facing the seafront at Cove Drive for $36.4 million in 2021 and combined them to overcome a restriction on foreigners owning more than one home on the island, according to the Business Times. Another, Su Bolin, owns a home on Ocean Drive, according to government land records seen by Bloomberg, and the C-25th is once for a second. Sentosa Cove, a gated community to the south of Sentosa, is popular among wealthy foreigners because it has an exemption from laws that largely restrict land ownership elsewhere in the country to citizens. The break was introduced in areas of Sentosa nearly 2 decades ago to lure investment. In simplified procedures, applications are processed in as few as 2 days, combined with upscale tropical landscaping lured buyers from all over the globe to decompress among manicured lawns, palm trees, sculptures, and faux Victorian street lamps. The other big attraction for the well-heeled is the prestigious Sentosa Golf Club, where membership for foreigners has now risen to nearly $1 million. At least 4 of the alleged money launderers became members in 2021, according to the club magazines. At least 2 also had memberships at the Tanah Country Club. Officials at the Sentosa and Tanah clubs declined to give details or comment in view of the ongoing investigation. In a country with a rich tapestry of ethnicity from across the Asian continent, and constantly on edge to maintain harmony among its groups, the alleged gang's brazen display of opulence and privilege risks stirring resentment and a social backlash.
Incidents like this have the potential to inflame feelings among many, said Tohan Shi, a Singaporean and chief analyst of Headland Intelligence, a Hong Kong-based risk consultancy.